What's up, guys? We're here. It's episode 5 of the Tony and Mango show. We got Mango here.
Mango's here.
Tell us, Mango, what happened last week?
What did happen last week?
Well,
Well, a lot happened last week.
The Patriots won.
Patriots won. Patriots are good again. I think
Josh
that's
Gordon
fair
is-
to say.
Josh Gordon's
Brady, 500.
there. 500 touchdowns.
It's been a while since Patriots.
Your boy
played.
Tony witnessed that one in person.
Yes, you did, and you started a 69 chant, did you not?
I did, actually. It
That's,
started a 69 chant after the game,
Keeping it classy.
while your own Rob Gronkowski was about to be interviewed by, we'll bleep this, but, and he, I can flash the picture up real quick. This was his reaction to my 69 chant.
Safe to say he was thrilled, I think.
He was
Thrilled.
thrilled.
Just
Probably the highlight of his day.
He looked like a young boy on Christmas morning.
That
Or
is so
if you're
true.
Jewish, Hanukkah morning. I
And
think.
we don't.
So what else we got? Last week.
Boston College lost again.
Oh, they stink.
Well, hold on a second. Because they lost by 5 to NC State. NC State's a good team. And
NC State
AJ
actually is pretty good.
A.J. Dillon wasn't even playing. So think about what they could do when he is playing.
They could maybe beat NC State.
Maybe.
And NC State, real title contender.
No.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
That's what I like to tell myself.
Tony, that's what I'm saying.
This is a big BC guy, but I don't think that's going to happen.
It's too bad. Maybe, hey, you know what? We're getting to the point in the season where, maybe next year.
Maybe.
Maybe
Well,
next year.
hopefully Steve Adazio can cook up a bowl game. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Third time's a try for the Pinstripe Bowl.
Yeah.
0-2 in the last.
Pinstripe.
Before, let's talk about Penn State is, a hot shot team right now. Probably ranked top 10 in the country.
I don't like Penn State.
But let me just tell you something about Penn State. 2014 Pinstripe Bowl. Penn State's first bowl game since, what's his name?
I don't know his name.
He did some bad stuff.
We can't say his name.
But Penn State is in a bowl game, the Pinstripe Bowl. I watched this game live. They're playing Boston College the Boston College Eagles, and your own Boston College Eagles took them to overtime, scored a touchdown first drive of overtime,
Did they win?
missed the extra point, and then Penn State won with a touchdown and extra point.
That's a curse.
However,
That's a curse.
How did Penn State launch their reign of dominance in the CFP playoffs?
Winning the Pinstripe Bowl.
Winning the Pinstripe Bowl against Boston College. So your boy.
So basically, you're responsible. You, Tony, are
Yep.
responsible
Uh-huh.
for Penn State being
Exactly.
a top 10.
I wasn't gonna say
That
it.
adds up.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
that
as
adds
long as you
up.
want to.
Let's do NFL picks.
Okay. First game. Let's talk about the Thursday night game a little bit. Ugly
Sure.
game.
Ugly. Eli Manning over the hill.
I saw something that he only completed 2 completions.
R.I.P. in peace.
He sucks.
He stinks. He's not a quarterback. He's just bad.
Mm-hmm. He is terrible. I'll whip up the stat sheet real quick, but it did not look good.
34-13. That's a smoke show.
So, Eli Manning, 24 for 43.
Why is he throwing the ball 43 times?
He throws it 43
They
times.
have Saquon.
He throws it 43 times, but they're all screens. If you watch the game, every single throw is a screen or a check down. It's ridiculous. 3rd and 15, what's he do? He checks down. 2nd and 14, what's he do? Screen.
He checked down.
He checks down, he screens. It was ridiculous. It was tough to watch.
Didn't Odell just walk off the field?
Odell walked off the field going into the second half.
That's that's so Giants.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
I mean,
you guys win 2 Super Bowls, beat the greatest team of all
it's like
time.
they have the drama of the Steelers, but they're not even remotely good.
They're just not the Steelers.
I know.
Steelers, I kind of root for the Steelers if they're not playing the Patriots.
I kind of don't.
Well, obviously they're going to lose the
Big Ben.
AFC
You're gonna
East.
not like this, but
They're going to lose the AFC East this year because you know who? Baker.
well, I think they're gonna lose the AFCs because they don't play in the AFCs.
Where do they play?
They play in the AFC North.
There's-
The Steelers.
What, did I mix it up?
You mixed it up.
I mixed it up. Are you sure?
That's classic.
I'm going to look it up.
Don't look it up, man. No, that's embarrassing if you have to look it up.
I flip it. I always flip those
You-
two.
The East.
We can cut this.
They play in.
Yeah, the Patriots are the AFC East. That's why it's weird.
Yeah.
The AFC North.
You should know that.
They are going to lose the AFC East.
You should know that.
They're definitely not going to win the AFC East.
Take it to the bank. According to Mango, the
The
Pittsburgh
Steelers
Steelers.
will not win the AFC East. That's my bad, man.
Sorry.
Sorry. Hey, bounce back.
First game of the week. Arizona, Minnesota. Minnesota by 10.
Arizona, Minnesota. Does that kind of rhyme?
Arizona, Minnesota. I think it does. I don't think it counts as a rhyme if it's just the last letter.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Cardinals, they won last week.
Chosen Rosen.
They won last week against the 49ers.
Chosen.
They looked
Rosen.
good against the Bears the week before. The
Wow.
Vikings are struggling.
I think the Bears are better than people think.
No, I think the Bears are overrated.
Okay,
Because
well,
everyone
we can
thinks the Bears
disagree.
are good.
We're allowed to disagree, I think.
Everyone thinks the Bears are good. There's no one who doesn't think the Bears are good. Everyone who thinks the Bears are good is saying, well, no one thinks the Bears are good. But
Okay.
everyone's saying that.
That's a good point. Well, either way, I think I'm going to take Arizona plus 10 this game.
Same.
Because
Because
10's a lot of points.
10's a lot.
Arizona, I think they're frisky. Is it safe to say they're
The
frisky?
Vikings have a history this season of not covering against bad teams.
Did they play the Bills at all this year? I don't really.
And Josh Allen hurdled the guy.
Josh Allen heard the guy.
Remember when I called him out for that? He drew a face mask,
It was a horse collar.
horse collar. Yeah, he did that. So I think Arizona's going to cover.
All right.
Now let's talk about the Bills. Another team that's plus 10. Houston Texans are favored by 10 at home against the Bills.
Oh, God.
That's another plus 10 I'll take.
Yeah, give me Buffalo.
Honestly, free money.
Take it to the bank.
That is free money.
I think Buffalo plus 10.
We don't even need
It's
to talk.
Houston stinks.
We don't even
Yeah,
need
we
to
don't
talk
even need-
about this anymore.
It's just Buffalo.
The Washington football team is favored by 1 at home against the Carolina Panthers. You hear that Panthers? They're showing their logo at midfield now.
That's good.
You know that?
I didn't know that.
Before this season, they threw down the shield at midfield. The old owner used to say, "No team is above the shield."
Nothing was above the shield.
Well,
Well-
you know what? He was actually a crazy racist.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't own the team anymore.
Oh,
So
well,
maybe
I'm sure
not. So maybe not everything he says you
I
can
wonder-
take at face value.
he'd probably be rooting for the Panthers over the Washington football team, though, would he not?
I think he'd be rooting for the Washington football. I think he would.
Well, no, if he's a crazy racist, then he'd be probably going the other way with it.
If he was a crazy racist, I think he would love for the Redskins.
Hey, we don't say that. That's that. You talk about crazy racists. We don't say the name of the Washington football team on this show.
All right. Well, anyways, the Panthers plus 1 is a gimme.
I kind of, I
Because
like
the Panthers are good. Also, they're not.
I don't think the Washington football team is like actually that good.
They aren't.
I think that
Their defense is all right. Alex Smith is a game manager. He's an average, mediocre quarterback.
You put him in a system, maybe you sub him out and you put Pat Mahomes in that system. Pat Mahomes tears it up.
I know. He held the Chiefs back last year.
He did. You want a gunslinger in there like Pat Mahomes. I'm all in. on
Washington
Pat
is not
Mahomes.
good. They got blown out by the Saints.
Yeah.
Just Carolina plus
Carolina
1.
plus
all the
1.
way. Bears by 3.5 against the
Shy
Dolphins.
City.
Easy.
Shy City.
Easy. It's tough. It's hard when it's.
The Dolphins are a weird team. The Dolphins are a weird team because they started hot and then the Patriots just sucked their
Yeah.
soul out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it typically happens.
So I like Bears by
Yeah.
3.5.
But yeah,
It's
give me
rare to
Bears.
see Tony and Mango agreeing for the first 4
Yeah, we've
games.
agreed on all of them so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's
this game
pretty
will
good.
change it. Jets at home, favored by 2 against the Colts. I already know what I'm thinking. What are you thinking, Mango?
Well,
What do you think of Sam Darnold?
I do like Sam Darnold,
Yep.
but you know what? I think we're going to be on the same page on this one. I'm taking Colts plus 2 because
I am as
Andrew
well.
Luck is just he fires the ball and they're not good or excuse me. The Patriots are very good and you get embarrassed against a team like the Patriots, but Andrew Luck made some very good throws.
I know.
And they put up like 17 points against the Patriots?
Maybe more than that. I don't know. I don't know if you know this, but I was at the game.
Did you mention that? Did you start a 69 chant at the game?
I was at the game actually, and the Colts looked pretty good. It was a blowout, but it wasn't like a complete blowout. It was a 7-point game at one point in the third. I was getting a little nervous.
I'm sure you were.
Not really. The only reason I was getting nervous was because there was about 16 minutes left in the game, and Brady hadn't thrown his 500th TD yet. And that's when I was sweating.
That'd get me
But the
nervous,
Colts
too.
didn't look awful. They're a decent team. You just can't beat New England unless you got Jake Smith on your side.
Right. We love Jake Smith.
We love Jake Smith.
We love Jake Smith.
Jake, if you're listening, which you're probably
It's
not,
very unlikely that Jake Smith would listen to this.
we love you, brother.
We love you, man. Go Lions.
Yeah.
Go
Go Lions, go Crimson.
Yeah, but not Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
Just Crimson.
Bama's bound to lose eventually.
Bama's bound to lose.
Trademark
So
restricted.
that's big facts. All right.
Colts +2 all around.
Colts +2 all around. So we are 6 games in a row. Agreeing. Who do
Chargers
you like
and
here?
Cleveland.
You go first on this one. Because I think you know who I like. Because I think I already said it.
So I think I know what you like, and I kind of like them too.
Oh yeah.
But for competition's sake,
No.
well, I don't like them that much. I
No.
don't like them as much as you do.
Well, the Chargers don't travel well. There's no way that the Chargers come across to Cleveland, all the time zones. Phil Rivers, 10 kids. He doesn't sleep a lot anyway. I mean, he's going to be a dead man walking out there.
I'm sorry,
And then, what's the guy's name? Myles Garrett? Just bang. I mean,
Mango. How many
give
times?
me Cleveland +1 at home. How are they still dogs?
It's 1
How are
point.
they still dogs in every game?
Because Philip Rivers.
They're a good team.
Philip Rivers is playing his best football of his
The
career.
Cleveland Browns have 2 wins this
Look
year.
at the stat sheet.
I can't even say that's like double the wins they had because they had 0 wins. You can't multiply anything by 0. It's still 0. They just had 0 wins and now they have 2. 2 and the season's like not even halfway. The Cleveland Browns are the real deal. Cleveland Browns are going to the playoffs. They're better than the Steelers.
Yep.
Cleveland Browns, they're not going to beat the Patriots. I was
Right.
going to say they might beat the
Here's
Patriots.
what I have
but,
to
like,
say on the subject.
Cleveland Browns.
First point, Philip Rivers is playing the best football of his career if you look at the stat sheet.
Oh,
So the Chargers +1 is an embarrassment. Vegas should be embarrassed with this line.
this is a
The
Cleveland
Chargers
team.
are going to win by more than 1. They're going to win by more than 5. They're going to win by more than 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. They're going to win by double digits. Easy. Take it to the bank. Vegas should be embarrassed with this line, okay? How many times do I say a team just won at home? A team just won. So they're high and mighty. They think, how many times have I been right with that? Name all the... I think I haven't been wrong with that, first of all.
Cleveland Browns. This is just... The
So,
Cleveland Browns are... There is no way
The
Baker Mayfield
Cleveland
doesn't win
Browns
this game.
won their second game since God knows
What
when.
is an unnamed beer company that shall remain nameless? Blue logo. They have those chains on the thing.
Yep.
What are they doing? Because the Browns have just won 2 games.
Man,
is
I
it
don't
just
know.
free beer for the whole city? Because free beer in Cleveland is that's a problem.
When you win your first game on a Sunday in over what? In less than 3 years? You don't deserve to be +1 against a team like the Chargers. Easy Chargers by 1. And I'll just say it again. Vegas should be embarrassed with this line. They're going to, depending on how much money people take, they're going to lose a lot of money on this game.
Give me Cleveland. Cleveland +1.
Moving on. Cincy is favored by 1.5 against Pittsburgh. Started to phrase out like a question because there's just another example of Vegas being a joke almost.
Yeah, this one is a joke.
This is a joke.
This is
If
so
you-
Vegas made a great line on the last game, but Pittsburgh and Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh,
Pitt's gonna win this game by 1,000,000.
you think
They're
so?
gonna score 100 points. Pittsburgh's
No.
gonna score 100 points.
No.
Yes,
No, you
Yes.
can't actually think that.
I do. I genuinely believe.
The Bengals are good.
Yeah, they are.
They're
Man.
so good. Do you actually think the
Okay,
Steelers
so
are-
I think Vegas is actually not doing a bad job.
Vegas is doing a bad job this week?
No, because
You
they got
think-
me in a pretzel now. They got me in a pretzel. I'm in a pretzel.
Soft or hard?
I'm in a soft pretzel. Man,
The Bengals are good. The Steelers are bad. If you think the Steelers are going to win or lose by 1, you're wrong.
I'm in a pretzel.
Mango.
I don't.
It's
I
an
don't
easy
know.
decision. Do you want to be wrong or do you want to be right?
Give me the Steelers. Give me the Steelers. I'm gonna. My gut feeling said Steelers by 1,000,000.
Bengals.
That's what I'm going with.
Bengals.
Steelers by 1,000,000.
Bengals by 1.5. Easy money. Take it to the bank. I will refund your money if you lose.
No, we won't. No. Okay, he will, but I won't.
I will.
Okay.
Seattle traveling to Oakland. Marshawn Lynch is playing his former team
Ooh.
for probably I think the first time ever.
Is it the first time? That's just a
First time ever he's playing the Seahawks.
That's a made-up sabermetric.
Well, he played for the Bills, so I probably am wrong.
Yeah.
First time he's playing the Seahawks since they didn't give him the ball on the goal line.
Who won that Super Bowl? Yeah,
I think New England did.
Yeah,
I think the boys from Titletown did.
Malcolm Butler.
Wait, Green Bay didn't win that. No, we don't talk about
No,
that.
we
here.
don't talk about that.
I think Oakland's bad. Gruden's bad. Gruden. I think Oakland.
In Seattle.
I think the Las Vegas Raiders are going to regret this move every day of their existence. Gruden's bad. Taking Seahawks in this
Not
one
good. Yeah, I like the Seahawks too. The Seahawks win a game like
by
this.
2.5.
Yeah, they'll win by
They
like
always
5.
win. They always win this game.
They always win this game. Tampa and Atlanta.
Tampa and Atlanta. So Tampa Bay.
Is Jameis starting now? Famous Jameis?
Let's see.
I think he might be.
I want to say he is. He came in the Chicago game. Was their most recent game. He came in for the second half.
I think he is. He is starting.
So Tampa Bay confuses me because they played 2 really good football games. They beat the Saints, who obviously we know are a good team.
Saints are a good team.
They beat the Eagles, who aren't a good team,
They stink.
but they're the Super Bowl champs. So like by default, we have to give them
We have
credit.
to consider them a good
Yeah.
team, even though they.
But then they lost to the Steelers barely, and the Steelers we know aren't good.
This
then
is,
they lost
I
to-
think you know what.
Well, then they got schmucked by the Bears. and
There's
the
a
Bears are
whole
good.
lot going on in this game. I'm taking Atlanta. I think Atlanta -3. Atlanta's good,
I think Tampa Bay's too inconsistent to take.
right?
So I will
I would
take
not-
Atlanta by 3.
I would not be able to sleep if I took Atlanta.
I think they benched Ryan Fitzpatrick way too early.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The Chicago.
But talk about the most inconsistent quarterback of all time.
You think about it though. Everywhere he goes, he's the backup, and the starter always gets hurt or gets suspended.
Yeah.
Happened in Houston. Happened in Buffalo. Happened here.
I think he's got one more run at him, like Denver. He'll show up in Denver.
He'll show up in Denver.
Or, like,
Case Keenum will get hurt.
Maybe like Seattle. Or something. Like he's got one more run at
It
him.
just always happens.
And everybody will be like, "Oh, Fitzmagic, is he good? Is
He's
he
a
good?"
curse. He went to the Jets.
Yeah, he went to Harvard.
He went to the Jets, and Geno Smith gets punched in the jaw. He's a
Yeah.
curse.
Well, I think he's got one more like solid.
You
Like,
might know it. He went to Harvard.
you know what? I bet he'll go to like the Cardinals, and he'll win like 3 games.
Josh Rosen will get hurt.
He'll win 3 games in September, and everybody will be like, "Oh, Fitzmagic this, Fitzmagic that." Guys, he's a backup quarterback, but he did go to Harvard. So
Dude's a
he's smart.
professional backup. He went to
like-
Harvard. He scored the best Wonderlic test ever. He's an alum, just like Jake
Well,
Smith.
Jake Smith's not an alum. He's still there.
He will be.
If he's listening to this, probably won't be an alum.
Jake, if you're listening to this,
you have to be really stupid to be a Harvard guy.
you got to be
listening to
stupid
this.
if you're a Harvard QB and you're listening to this.
Yeah, like for real.
Jake, if you're listening to this, find something better to do with your time.
Yeah,
Work on your
you-
grades. We don't want you.
You should be studying, not listening to this. Or if you're listening to this while you're studying,
You should be studying
wanna-
the playbook.
we could Google something for him and give him some answers.
Yeah.
The periodic table. What do they do at Harvard? What's like a Harvard thing?
I don't know.
Harvard law?
Douchebags.
No, we don't say that. We like Harvard guys.
We love Harvard. Big Harvard
We
guys
like
here.
Yale guys too, though. We're in a dilemma.
We'll talk about Yale.
Okay, we're in a dilemma.
Yeah, we are in a dilemma because our boy Jake Smith said, I think I asked him, I phrased it, I said, so like Yale, they must suck, right? And he's like, yeah, I hate those guys. It's like,
But he sounded like he might really like Yale.
yeah, and he's
Because
just
they're all smart nerds.
he's just a buddy, like joking around.
He's just a
kinda
good
guy.
dude. He's a good dude.
So, yeah.
Go listen to the interview.
But yeah, Atlanta by 3.
Atlanta. Rams, Denver.
Rams, Denver. I'll take Rams by 7.
This isn't even a game.
That's-
We go through how good the Rams are literally every single one of these.
Baltimore and Tennessee could be a good matchup because Tennessee, I don't like how Tennessee's not favored here at home.
I like Tennessee in this one. Tennessee's good, but Baltimore's weird.
I think whoever's going to win this is going to win by field goal, so this is a very good line. I think it could go either way with the field goal because Tennessee just confuses me.
Right.
They beat the Eagles in
They
overtime.
beat the Jags.
They beat the Eagles, they beat the Jags, and then they barely beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Lost to the Dolphins. Barely beat the Bills, but beat the Eagles and beat the Jags.
Wait, did they beat the Bills? I thought they lost to the Bills.
No, they beat the Bills. So this game confuses me. Baltimore's
They
inconsistent.
didn't cover. That's what it was.
1 week Baltimore is really good. 1 week they're bad. Tennessee, they're kind of inconsistent. I'll go with the favorite team here.
Yeah, facts.
Well, hold on a second. You just said you like Tennessee.
You're taking the favorite team?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just totally not listening. I'm taking. I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought you were like going with Tennessee being weird, but they're like weird good. I
They're
think.
both weird.
You know what?
I'll change my mind.
I'll change my mind.
Well, I heard you say
Baltimore's weird and Tennessee's weird, and I thought you were gonna go with I like Tennessee. I felt like that's where you were trending, so I kind of tuned out. And then you said Baltimore, and it really flipped my brain.
You know what? I'm changing my pick. Tennessee plus 2.5.
It sounded like that's where you were going.
I'm
with
sorry.
It sounded like that. So Tennessee.
I'm
Tennessee
sorry
plus
if I
2.5.
misleaded you, Mango.
Misled me, but fine. Wouldn't be misleaded.
Here's something funny. This Jacksonville-Dallas game. First of all, Jacksonville by 3 is a joke.
Right.
Jacksonville's going to win by 1 million.
Yes,
So let's get that out of the way.
That is an agreed.
Let's get that out of the way. Jacksonville by 3.
Agreed.
But so I'm watching the game last night on Fox, right? Fox. Probably my favorite station to watch a football game on. And what's his name? Troy Aikman says, what does he say? He says, we probably got the game of the week. He says, we got the game of the week next on Sunday. Jacksonville and Dallas. Like, what kind of idiot do you have to be to think Jacksonville and Dallas is going to be the game of the week?
No, you have to be.
And he didn't phrase it like it's the game of the week, like it's because they call it that. He said it's gonna be the game of the week, like it's gonna, and it's not.
Especially because the game after, also.
Well, yeah. So
I mean,
we'll talk about the Patriots game last.
just simply.
So let's talk about Monday night.
Uninformed, though, that comment. Very uninformed.
Very uninformed.
San Fran, Green Bay.
Monday night, San Fran, Green Bay, 9.5 points for the Packers, who
Didn't
suck.
the Pack just lose? They lost to the no. They
Lions.
Won. They won. Or they won. They won 2 weeks ago, 22-0, right?
Yeah.
I just remember that. Yeah, but they lost to the Lions. Weird.
9.5 points.
But people forget San Francisco, no quarterbacks.
San Francisco is a team that likes to play Green Bay well.
You want to? Yeah.
So I'll take San Francisco.
Really?
9.5 points.
All right, I'm gonna take Green Bay.
Do you think Green Bay is that good? They're good.
Well,
They're all right.
I think they ripped out like a 22-0 win 2 weeks ago. They're gonna bounce back from a loss to Matt Patricia. So I mean,
Yeah, whatever. But
I'll take
are
Green
they
Bay.
going to win by 10?
that's you know what? That's why it's 9.5 because they are gonna win by 10.
Okay then.
Yeah. All right.
So,
let's do
Sunday night-
the game of the week.
Sunday Night Football. This is the game of the week. Patriots, Chiefs, Mahomes, Brady, Belichick, Reed,
The old era versus the new era.
Patriots, and Indians,
Well,
Native Americans, Chief,
And what-
Chief Wahoo.
indigenous people.
Chief Wahoo.
Okay. Indigenous Peoples Day was Monday.
You know, speaking of indigenous people,
Yeah, this was funny. This was
Monday, Columbus Day.
Nope, Indigenous Peoples Day. They
Mon-
changed
on,
it.
on Indigenous Columbus Day,
Yep.
on Monday, the Indians
Lost the series.
were eliminated from the series in Chief Wahoo's final game, I think.
Chief Wahoo is out,
Chief Wahoo's out,
which is
and
just
his
disrespectful.
final appearance was on Columbus Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
And who were they beaten by?
Who were they beaten by?
The Indians?
Beaten by the
The Astros. Okay. The Redskins on Monday. Who were they beaten by? The New Orleans Saints. And there was the third
What was the third
one
one?
on Monday.
I know what it was, but I don't know.
I know there was the third one.
I
Was
know
it
it
baseball?
the third
The
one.
Braves.
Oh, the Braves
The
are out. Yeah, the
Braves.
Braves are out.
So on one Columbus Day, the Braves.
No, it's not Columbus Day. Stop saying Columbus Day. That's very
on,
disrespectful.
on Columbus Day,
Indigenous Peoples Day. We will beep that out.
on Indigenous Peoples Day. Well, they can't call it that anymore because of the beatdowns these three teams took. I think it was just-
You can't say the beat downs these people.
So because of Columbus and his day, the Indians took a beatdown, the Redskins took a beatdown, and the Braves took a beatdown. All on the same day that we're supposed to be celebrating these teams.
Well, basically the gist is this is bad. But now we're going to go back to the New England Chiefs game. New England versus
The
Chiefs.
Kansas City football team.
The Kansas City football team.
KC's coming in. 3.5 point underdogs.
And they think they're hot. They think they're cool. They think they're the new kid on the block.
You already know we think New England by 3.5 is a lock. But let's tell you why. First of
I'm
all,
going to tell you why. I think that I'm not even going to watch this game.
hold on. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. We'll get there. Kansas City has a bad defense.
Yeah, facts.
Andy Reid's offense is stoppable. The Patriots got their 2 wins in the first 4 weeks out of the way like they do every single year.
Single year.
They lose 2 games in the early part of the
They win
season,
2.
and then they go on a tear. In 2014, it was the Broncos. In 2015, they actually started out hot. In 2016, I can't remember all these. 2017, whatever. All I remember is that 2014 game against the Broncos, and everyone was saying the Patriots aren't good
Brady's
anymore.
over the hill.
Brady's over the hill.
You know what?
Imagine saying
You know what?
Brady's over the hill in 2014.
Pliability. He's doing his bands. He's got Guerrero. He's
got
doing it all.
He's got
Guerrero's
Guerrero.
off the sideline, but Guerrero's giving him massages. He's doing the leg.
Yeah.
He's doing that thing with his muscle leg.
Oh, yeah. He's putting all
flexing
he's
the
rubbing
knee.
the stuff
He's
on
got
him,
like the
the
grease.
lotion.
Yeah, the lotion, exactly.
He's taking the boys up to Montana, Big Sky,
They
Montana.
go to Big Sky, Tom versus Time. Did you watch the epilogue of Tom versus Time?
I
It was
haven't.
awesome.
That's the one that just came out like a month ago, maybe.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
I didn't. I caught the one after the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Absolutely hard. Not a dry eye in
And
the
they,
audience.
I cried.
I
'Cause
cried.
They give him they go, so how are you feeling? And he goes, oh man, that's a loaded question. And I just love Tom.
He doesn't deserve that.
The joy that Tom Brady brings me on the
He's-
football field.
He spent his summers in Minnesota, and what does he get? He gets the referees calling catches like they would not in that season. Sorry, but that's my beef with the Super Bowl. I don't like to criticize the refs, but all season long
They
calling
call the rules
they're calling
one way.
catches.
You can't call the rules a different way in the last game of the season.
Every single game of 2017. What do you see? You see
Little
every receiver
bobble,
every receiver
little no
bobbles
catch.
it an inch. He bobbles it an inch, and they call it no catch. What do they do in the Super Bowl? They call it the other way. They call it like they are this season,
Which is the right
which is the
rules
right
this
rule.
year. I agree with the rules this
But
year,
if you're gonna
but
call
it's
it-
not the rules last year.
If you're
You
gonna
just
call
can't do
If
that.
you're gonna call it one way all year, you have to call it that way in the biggest game of the year.
Biggest
You can't
game of that
change-
year.
You can't see. People will tell you, "Oh, the catch rule was changed in the offseason." No, the catch rule was changed in between.
in between the
AFC
AFC and NFC Championship and the Super Bowl.
Yes.
It's utterly absurd.
But that's a topic for another day.
We don't have to get into it. We already got into it. Now we're
Patriots are
fiery.
3-5.
Now let's talk about the Chiefs and the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are going to absolutely bury this team. Absolutely bury them.
Does that say Patriots by 35? Because I'm still taking it.
They might not score. The Chiefs
Patriots
might
are
not score.
hot. End of story. I might not watch this game because
Also,
the Red Sox play at the same time.
The over is 59.5, which
Jeez,
is
that is ridiculous.
which is a lot. And if you think that my brain even thought about taking the under for a split second, you're wrong. I'm gonna hammer the over in this game.
See,
It's
that seems like a lot, but that's a 30 to 29 game. 31 to 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say 30 to 29. Would be
25.
Actually, one of the ways they don't cover is the 30 to 29.
That's like 35 to 28. I can see it. Two bad defenses. Two
well,
good
hey,
quarterbacks.
We don't talk about the Patriots defense. Patriots defense is well coached.
That's true.
They're not a bad defense.
They don't even have a defense coordinator.
Yeah, I know they said defense, but it's absurd.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, but here's the deal with this game.
Patriots and
It's a dilemma here because the Red Sox
Yeah.
play at 7 and the Patriots play at 8. So
I thought the Red Sox play at 8 also.
the Red Sox play at 7.
7.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Although David Price is pitching game 2, so
So the
game
game
will.
will probably be over by the time.
That's what I was gonna say.
Tony was thinking about saying that for so long, and I just snuck right in there and said it before Tony he didn't even know it hit him.
Yep, you definitely got me, man.
So
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'll probably be flipping in between and doing that.
no, but for real, like the Red Sox game is gonna be over.
Let's talk about baseball some more.
Yeah,
I guess. Who do you like in the Dodgers series?
the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers are that good.
I think
Give
it's
me-
Brew Crew all the way.
Yeah, give me the Brew Crew. Didn't you have the Braves in the World
You
Series?
did too.
No, I didn't.
You did too.
I had the Braves winning that series, but I didn't have them in the World Series.
Yeah, you did.
You
Or
had
maybe-
them in the World Series.
maybe
I
then.
I had them winning and losing the Brewers.
That was an L on my
The
part.
Brewers are like really good, but playoff Kershaw also.
Playoff Kershaw's not that good.
I know, but
Kershaw's worse. No, he's not worse than Price.
he's not worse than Price. That is, he's way too good to be considered worse than Price in the playoffs. But I think that
I like the
Brewers
Brew
in
Crew.
this one, and then Sox Astros is going to be an awesome series.
Here's how I see the Sox series going. First of all, I like the Brew Crew. Second of all, Sox are going to win game 1. Sox are going to squeak game 2. Astros are going to win game 3. Sox are going to win game 4. Astros are going to win game 5. Going back to Boston up 3-2. I think Boston wins in 6.
Okay,
I think
Yeah.
in that order.
that's very reasonable. That's very reasonable. And I would not be shocked to see some content from the Titletown boys at this series.
Yep.
Maybe one of the games falls on the right date, and you get some video from Fenway Park. Maybe one of the games falls on the right date.
Maybe.
It would have to work out perfectly, but I wouldn't be shocked to see it. I would not be shocked.
All right,
With
if we're
Titletown, with all of the Titletown Review boys,
Titletown-
Titletown Tony and Titletown Mango, all of them, everyone from.
And that's
Titletown.
it.
That's everyone.
If you're thinking Brew Crew versus the Red Sox in a World Series, with the Red Sox having home field advantage, Red Sox against the Brewers.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? That's a 4-game sweep.
I would hope, but at the same time, the Brewers are actually just a really good team.
The Red Sox beat irrelevant teams in the World Series.
But they're good.
They beat
this is a good irrelevant.
They beat the
team.
Cardinals twice.
Yeah, true.
They beat the Rockies.
Yeah.
Most people don't even realize that series
That's what I
happened.
was gonna say. I didn't even remember that happened.
So they would sweep the Brewers.
Yeah, most likely.
But that's
Most
a tale
likely.
for another day.
All right. So we have a segment.
A new segment. It's called Reverse Curse.
It's called Reverse Curse. This is a good one. We're gonna call up another one of
So
our
we're gonna
buddies.
call up our buddy Sean Walsh.
Let's hope he picks up here because I don't think he's gonna. But
I
we
think he
need him
will.
to.
Hopefully, he'll give us some of our picks. And so, just as a note, guys,
Yeah, we're calling him right
here's
now.
a guy that's terrible at gambling. So anything he takes, take the opposite, and we'll let you know.
Take the opposite.
So,
Hello?
hey,
Hello.
Walsh, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
You're live on the Tony Mango show, and we're looking for some picks.
All right, hey, thanks for having me. It's really an honor.
Of
All right,
course.
let's hear your first pick.
Let's see. I got a lot of stuff I like this week. Looking at first, Northwestern -3 versus Nebraska.
And
Right.
just explain that a little.
What's that?
Just explain it a little.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to explain with this one. Nebraska is terrible. Northwestern's at home. I
Okay.
think Northwestern wins this one by a touchdown.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
Hold on.
we gotta just put it in. Hold on.
Just give us a minute while we put it in. All right,
All right.
guys. We gotta.
Do not
we gotta,
take it.
We gotta.
Do not take that bet.
We have him muted. Do not take that bet. We advise you to not take that bet. He's terrible.
All right, we're back.
All right,
All
we're
right,
back. What's the
we're
next
back,
pick?
Walsh.
All right, so I'm liking Buffalo -11 versus Akron.
Let us just plug that in real quick. Do not take that.
I bet on them every week.
What?
They're a talented team. What's that?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Sorry, can you say it again? We didn't catch that.
It's at Buffalo -11.
Okay.
All right.
What
They're a good
you
team.
giving the reasons?
Like I said, they're a good team. I bet on them every week. I'm just gonna ride the train.
They're a good team, huh?
Okay. You bet on them every week. Bet on them every
I
week.
do.
Sounds
I
good.
do.
Do not
This
take
is the
Buffalo.
biggest red flag. He bets on them every single week.
Do not take Buffalo.
Duke is 2-0 against the spread this season as an underdog. Duke is a team I like to bet. I'm gonna go with Duke.
Don't take Duke.
All right,
All right.
Swalsh. That's all the time we got. Thanks, man. Hey,
Hey,
thanks for the picks.
we look forward to
We're
having you on
definitely
again.
gonna call you back.
All right, yeah.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's reverse curse. That's reverse
that's
curse.
reverse curse. Everything.
Do
you
not
took,
take a
do
single
not
one of those picks.
Take them.
He's the mush. The mush.
He's a jinx. Okay.
He is a jinx.
Yeah, just don't take his picks. Take the opposite, and you'll do well. If you bet with him, you're going to lose money.
That's facts.
All right. Let's move on to our college picks now.
Let's do our college picks.
First game on the agenda. So we do like Nebraska +3. Schwaltz said they were terrible, so you know they're gonna win.
Yeah, Nebraska's.
That's a
definitely-
given.
Nebraska by a touchdown and at least.
That is a given. Duke, Georgia Tech. You can sure as hell expect Georgia Tech to win this one by 2.5.
Georgia Tech by 30.
Because you could be thinking, why would I
What was
take
the other one? He had like Buffalo and Akron. He like
You
I
could-
bet on Akron every week.
Dude. You could be thinking.
That's when the radar goes off.
You
Bing,
could,
bing, bing, bing,
you
bing.
could be thinking, oh, why would I bet Georgia Tech against Duke? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the biggest jinx in the entire universe took Duke, which means you do not take Duke. Ever.
You don't do it.
Next
Don't
on
do
the
it.
agenda is a 12:30 game. The Louisville Cardinals are playing Boston College at Alumni Stadium on Chestnut Hill. Eagles are favored by 13. Honestly, I don't think they covered this game.
And the reverse curse just texted me that was troll. Yeah. Little does he know when he hears this, it was troll.
Yeah.
Reverse curse. Take everything and bet against him. Bet against him. No, 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 no.
Here's another team in the news lately. First of all, I don't think BC will cover.
Yeah, 13's a lot.
I've lost all hope for the season. Maybe AJ Dillon plays. I mean, if they're favored by 13, he probably will play. Who knows?
Maybe.
Another team in the news is University of Miami, Ohio, and they're favored against Kent State. And Julian Edelman went to Kent State.
Julian Edelman, he did.
So that's why I like Kent plus 11. Honestly,
Okay.
Kent State, Clark Kent, Superman. It does get more of a lock than that.
Kent is Superman, yep. That's true.
Notre Dame against Pitt. Notre Dame's favored by 21.5 here.
ND, I like ND. They're good.
Free
ND's
money
good.
picking ND here.
Yep.
Free money.
True.
Bowling Green. They had a big massacre there. Just kidding, it was fake. Western Michigan is favored by 14.5 against them.
That's a weird one, I
Yeah.
guess.
Over under is 70.
Shootout, I guess. That's what Vegas is saying. Shootout in the Western.
I like Western Mich here.
Yeah, I think Western Michigan. I feel like Western Michigan's had some good teams the past couple years.
Army is playing San Jose State.
I think. Who knows?
Yep.
Who knows what that is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the San Jose State Spartans.
And they're favored by 13.5.
If you have an insider with the San Jose State Spartans, we would love to hear from them.
Well, when Army took Oklahoma to overtime?
Yeah.
And what did I say?
You said don't disrespect the United States Army.
Okay, good. Because
You know who hasn't disrespected the United States Army since then? This guy. Mango
So do you
has
think
not done
So
it.
ask me if the Army's going to win by 16.
Is the Army going to win by 16?
Or more.
And they're going to win both the World Wars, too.
Exactly.
Back-to-back champs.
Exactly.
They've won more than national championships.
Oh, definitely. But here's a good game. Michigan State, Penn State.
Ooh.
I know.
Frisky Michigan State. I bet against Michigan State last week.
Did you?
And I don't remember if they won or not. So that's really not helpful at all.
I like Michigan State here just because Penn State was taken to overtime by Appalachian State.
Yeah, that was the first game of the season. And we're really sticking with that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Penn State, I think.
And they lost to OSU. They're booty.
And then Georgia and LSU.
Oh,
Is
okay.
7.5 point Georgia favorite in LSU. I think Georgia's going to win this game, but not by 7.5.
You can't pick the Tigers plus 7.5.
At home in Death Valley.
In Death Valley.
It's going to be loud.
With
This
that
is
head
everybody's gonna be
coach,
yelling.
with that quarterback, no way, Jose.
Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Joe
is
Burrow
a
is
great
the
quarterback.
man.
Yeah. What?
Said Joe Burrow is the man.
Right, and then why'd you diss him before? Were you dissing
didn't.
Jake Fromm?
I didn't.
You said with that coach and that
I
quarterback?
said with that coach.
Oh,
and that
you
quarterback.
said it with a weird tone. I thought you were making fun of him.
No.
Yeah, Coach O, LSU, you take it. Take it to the bank.
Quick irrelevant game. Purdue, Illinois.
None of these games are relevant.
I know,
we
but-
don't say that. We don't say that we don't care about a game. We say all the games are relevant. Purdue, Illinois.
But Purdue,
Some people might be Illinois fans and some people might be Purdue fans.
Purdue beat.
If someone listening to this is an Illinois fan, we don't make fun of
The
them.
only reason I talk about this game is because Purdue beat BC, which means they're going to win this game by more than 10.
Oh, definitely. No doubt.
A&M is playing South Carolina.
Ooh,
That's a good game.
that's a good game.
Give me the Gamecocks plus 2.5.
I'm going to take A&M. I like A&M. I think they're good. I just kind of like Jimbo Fisher. He's just down there.
Yeah,
Down there coaching.
Jimbo's
them
a funny guy,
up. He's
honestly.
a good dude. Good dude.
He's a good guy. Probably not a good guy.
He's probably not. No, definitely a lot of recruiting violations and stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever. We don't.
Do we like Bama to cover by 20.5 at home against Mizzou?
Mizzou, great offense.
Think so.
Drew Lock, touchdowns. No, we are taking Missouri
I-
like we do every week.
I
Take the dog with the points.
love Bama to cover this game. Why? Because Bama always covers.
The last 3 weeks that you've said Bama always covers, They have not covered.
Well, they're doing it again this week because they're hungry.
You say they're hungry about. You haven't actually said it this episode, but last episode you said they're hungry about every single team. You said this team's hungry.
And was I right?
Why are they hungry? They've blown it every team. They just don't cover by half a point. They are not hungry. They think what they're doing is perfect. They're going to keep doing it. They're going to win by what? Yeah, they'll probably win by 26. They'll find a way to win by 27.5.
They'll be the first team ever to win by half a point.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to. Bama by 27.5.
Death, taxes, and Bama covering football games.
Yeah, except for the last 3 weeks.
Wisconsin, Michigan.
Ooh.
Jim Harbaugh. He's a football guy.
You know who likes Jim Harbaugh? Our boy, Jake Smith. Jake Smith's like Jim.
So I was gonna
likes
take
Jim Harbaugh.
I was gonna take Wisconsin,
But now that I said that,
but honestly,
Jeez.
it's a toss up for me because
Wisconsin though with 10 points is I feel like a gimme.
I know, but Michigan has Harbaugh, and our boy loves Harbaugh. But also, that '70s show took place in Wisconsin, so Wisconsin has a deep part of like inside me. So I can't actually pick against Wisconsin. So I'm torn.
I'm torn on this one too. I'm gonna take Wisco. Just it's like a feel.
And I'll
just
take
feel
Michigan
Wisco.
because I love being competitive.
Okay. Stop touching my ankle.
Good one. That's all we have for college football picks. Not a lot of good games.
No. There's Washington and Oregon.
Oh,
Pac-12.
good Pac-12 matchup.
Yeah.
Pac-12 is the Conference of Champions. It's the Conference of Champions when you think about it.
Bill Walton says it's the Conference of Champions literally every single week, and I can't wait for college basketball to be back and him to start saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I'm gonna take Oregon in this game. I think that they are probably a better team. Maybe not a better team, but like I like them better. And I think Justin Herbert.
Well, yeah,
is-
I mean
is
it's
good.
a huge game in Eugene, Oregon on Saturday night. I mean the top team in the Pac-12, they're coming to town for a conference swing game. But you also have the 17th ranked Ducks, and they're 3-point dogs against the visiting Huskies, who were the preseason Pac-12 favorite.
That's true.
But I think Washington can put up a stranglehold on the Pac-12
No, I like
with a
Oregon.
win this Saturday.
I like Oregon +3. Right? Oregon +3.
Here's a little fun fact about Oregon. They're 0-4 against the spread in the last 4 games at home.
Well, you know what?
And Washington,
You know who else is 0-4 against the spread in the last games at home, and you took them? Alabama.
if you say Bama, I'm logging off right now.
Well, it is Alabama. That's the team we were talking about. All right. Well, that's really all we have.
Washington is 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games. That is bad.
Wait, so no one? I bet this game's a push. I bet. Did you see that? Because one of them's 1-4 and the other one's.
Yeah.
I bet
Well,
this game's a push.
all right. I think that's all we got.
But that's really it. That's really all we got. Signing off.
All right.
Mango, Tony. Peace out.
Tony, I'm out.